tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com. Welcome to Ross Patterson Revolution.
Oh, boy.
Who's here today?
We got a special guest today. It's me.
It is Dan Hollaway. Dan Hollaway, by the way, for people listening at home who might not know the sister show Drinkin' Bros podcast, Dan and I host the sports show that is every Wednesday on there. Dan's one of the most fascinating individuals. I've been fortunate enough to spend the last 2 months with him, essentially on the road. And today, we're in Dallas, Texas.
We're in Dallas, Texas. We've been to the Ohio State TCU game.
Yep.
We've interviewed some very fascinating people today.
We were on the field.
We've said some fucked up shit.
Oh, it's a lot of people.
Which I know the RPR crowd likes.
Oh, love it. And we were on the field for the Ohio State TCU game.
We were, yeah. It's very,
I felt like we were too close. Did you feel that?
So here's what happened. We were up in our normal seats. And then we were like I'm pretty sure we took the wrong route down to the concession area.
We did.
They led us into an area we should never have been in the first place.
Well, one of the security guards recognized us and said,
Yes.
"Hey, I listen to the sports show. I love your sports show.
Yep.
Why don't you guys come down VIP?" And we were like, "Cool," but we didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah. So
we
the
walked
next thing
down
that
the
happened
stairs.
a different security guard said, "Hey, we recognize you guys from the sports show, from Drinkin' Bros Sports. You guys can come out on the field." We're like, okay. I mean, what do you say to that?
Yeah.
Like,
You say yes.
You shrug and walk out there.
Inside, I felt like a child. You said to me, you were like, "Dude, I've never seen you smile like this in your entire life."
Yeah,
I felt like a little kid.
It was honestly a little bit upsetting to see you smiling.
Crazy, right?
Because I've never seen it before.
So I am on the field with my favorite team, and you get to see injuries, coaches screaming.
You get to hear
everything
conversations and stuff.
Holy shit! Because even with Bosa, it was one of those things where it was just like everybody'd come over and kind of said their condolences of like, "I'm sorry you're out for the year."
Yeah,
Nick Bosa.
So we're close enough on the field where Ross actually heard Nick Bosa say, "I'm out for the year."
Done. He said, "I'm done. I'm done." Yeah.
Now we'll see how that affects his draft position or the rest of the season. He may just be upset. It's hard to say.
It is.
It's a groin injury, right? So who knows?
The weird thing is when you're that close and you see people go into the locker room, come out in street clothes, they've taken their Norco and their Vicodin.
Yeah.
Yo, how much was
he was itching? He was itching. Yeah.
How much was he licking his lips too?
Yeah. It was a reality show. It really was.
Crazy.
Like you're so
wasn't it?
close to everything that it's like, wow, I see this guy processing emotion and the rest of his life, and because Nick Bosa was on track to be the number one pick of the NFL draft. He may still be.
Because his brother was.
Yeah, because
and his brother's dominated the NFL.
Listen, a groin injury for a guy like him, that's not that big a deal. It's a muscle injury. He'll be fine.
I wonder if it is a groin. That's what they said on TV, but
yeah,
who knows? I don't know.
We'll see. If that's what it is, it's not going to be a big deal for him. He'll probably still go in the top 5 of the draft.
Easily.
And he's going to make a fuckload of money. But it's still really interesting to see all the emotion because he's worked his entire life for this, and he expected up until 24 hours ago to be healthy this season, to be the number one pick in the draft.
100%.
And now things change, so it's really interesting to see that happen in real time.
Yeah, and to also see what goes down on the field. Like, to me, seeing the Ohio State team, it felt like seeing a pro team up close.
They were very fast. I mean, that's the thing you hear.
Very fast.
Like, if you had, we interviewed what's his nuts from the Eagles,
Fletcher Cox.
Fletcher Cox, not too long ago, and we always ask this of any NFL guy, what's the difference between college and the NFL? And they say it's speed.
Speed, yeah.
It's always speed. It's like everything happens so much faster. The fastest guy in a college field is the average guy in an NFL field.
Yep.
So, with a guy like that, and with a team like this, I go to a lot of minor league hockey games because I like hockey.
Yeah.
And there's some in San Antonio that I go check out. That's always the difference. The ECHL or the AHL, the difference between that and the NHL is speed. Stick-to-stick passing, how far they get down the ice.
The difference, though, with minor league hockey is fun.
Well, they fight a lot.
I don't enjoy minor league baseball that much. Minor league hockey is a blast,
They
though.
fight, yeah.
A lot, yeah.
But for Ohio State, You said before the game to someone, I can't remember who it was, but you were like, you're going to see a professional football team.
Yeah.
And Ohio State was fast as fuck.
It looks like a professional football team.
They
the
look
quarterback
good.
looks like a pro, like the running backs are pros. Bosa's a pro, like all of those guys. Whereas TCU, there was only one player that I thought could be our starter, and that was that Rieger kid.
Rieger, yeah. Number 1?
I believe so.
Receiver, he was very good.
Very good.
Very good.
And that guy I could see starting for Ohio State. Other than that, I was just like, the rest of this team is kind of whatever. And then, we ended up blowing him out 40-28.
Yep.
I believe I called it on the show. I said 48-24. When you're that close, congratulations. Rostradamus strikes again. But on today's show, since we are live in Dallas and since we do shit like this all the time, obviously, usually Jesse's our co-host. She's with our family and our in-laws up in the cabin in the woods due to the hurricane. So we're here and we're doing sort of Anthony Bourdain-ish type shows today.
Yeah, it's been very interesting. We've had we had a pastry chocolate chef on.
Yes, a pastry chocolate chef who owns one of the biggest chocolate factories in Dallas, Texas. We had Miss Dallas on the show.
Miss Dallas, who now owns and runs her own construction company.
Yeah.
And is an artist in her free time, which is really interesting. Very, very, very. There's a lot of stuff going on in Dallas these days.
Exactly. And so whoever listens to Raj Patterson Revolution knows this. We always do interesting shows with people from all walks of life. It doesn't matter what the fuck you do, where we are. We're just amped to meet real individuals who have real companies and are interesting people to talk to. And these two guests you're about to hear on our show fit the bill 100%. And look, we're super proud to be here because we've had a blast the last 3 or 4 days. But of course, we have some sponsors who pay for this whole fucking shit to be on the air. First and foremost, blackriflecoffee.com. Dan, why don't you tell us about it? This is your company.
Black Rifle Coffee is a premium roast-to-order coffee. You guys have heard it all before. We're getting ready for the holiday season. We got some new products coming out. We have a hoodie that's made out of the poncho liner, the whoopee that everybody likes so much. It's so comfortable.
Huge fan.
Oh my God. We've got new mugs. We got new designs. We got some specialty blends coming out for the holiday season. It's all kind of stuff going on. So really pay attention to what's going on, guys.
Yes, and go to blackriflecoffee.com. Sign up for their coffee club of the month. Use the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. It's a one-time use, and if you're going to use it for one time, highly recommend you using it on the coffee club of the month. Right before I got evacuated for that hurricane, the last box that hit my door before the last flight out of Wilmington was Black Rifle Coffee. Big fan of those guys.
The best deal we have is a coffee club. I mean,
hands down.
You do that initial sign-up, you get not only do you get 20% off your order, but you get free shipping on your first order. So however much coffee and gear and swag you want to buy, you get free shipping on all that all at once. It's a great deal. And
Amazing.
You save an average of 20% already going forward on your coffee club by not having to pay shipping costs and paying a lower price for our coffee.
Yeah,
so it's a great deal.
Dan runs the marketing for that company. He's so great, I wish I could fucking pick him off for me, to be honest. Just market my life. Christ, I'd be Rogan within a year if I had this motherfucker on my team. Next up, we get StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Strikeforce is great. They're in 7-Eleven all over the East Coast right now.
Yep.
And it's for a reason. It's because it's a
in
great
bases,
product.
40 military bases all over the world.
Military bases,
even in Korea, South Korea.
Yeah, it's great. It's like Red Bull, but you don't have to buy a can of sugar to do it.
Exactly. They got 4 amazing flavors. They got original, they got lemon, they've got orange, and Make America Grape Again. They got a fucking 10-pack, a 40-pack, and a 750-milliliter bottle. The rest on your bar top or countertop, so you can just boom, boom, pop a couple squirts in and go. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. That's good every time, and they ship everywhere in the entire world. Big fan of Strikeforce Energy.
Yeah, if you're a deployed guy and you're looking for stuff, listen, get that 750-milliliter bottle. Put it in your water bottle when you go out on patrol. That's what I did.
Good to go. You're good to go at that. Next up, we've got StraightRazors.com. Jesse's not here. Look, she always does the, you like it? How many people have come up to us today screaming that?
Listen,
everybody's laughing here.
Yeah.
We're live from Craft and Growler. Everybody's laughing here. Jesse's not here. Somebody's got to do the, you like it?
There was no pause, though.
No, everybody. No, somebody just said in the audience there was no pause. People love Jesse, man. Yeah. Oh, he's got a ringtone. There it is. Bunch of people have the ringtones. It's amazing. Everybody's using straightrazors.com. If you're a real man in this world, they've got products, beard oils, like for you.
Yeah, I use
mustache
the beard oil,
waxeners, yeah. Conditioners, shampoos. Their straight razors are second to none. If you're worried about using a straight razor, they've got some safety razors that are fucking amazing. And if you're looking for just a dope-ass shaving kit, it's like getting a shaving kit from Tombstone. They bag it up, ship it right to your house. It's fucking incredible. Luke Webster and the boys, Rocco and those guys are the dudes. Like, amazing products, amazing people. Go to straightrazors.com, type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. Again, that's good every time. That's a big savings there because they got real nice shit. And then, Dan, last but not least, we've been drinking this all throughout Dallas. H-Factor water. Why don't you talk about
H-Factor water
H-Factor?
is great, man. So our buddy is one of the owners and runs this company, and it's hydrogen infused water, right?
Yeah.
So it's I can't really get into all the science behind it right now. People say, oh, it's hydrogen infused water. Aren't there 2 parts hydrogen and water molecules? Listen, just go to their website and read this shit, please. Every athlete in the fucking world is using this stuff right now.
And they are.
The Golden State Warriors during the NBA Finals flew this guy out with like literally pallets full of this stuff for a reason. You think they're on the cutting edge? They're on the cutting edge, believe me. Look into the stuff. I drink one before I go out to drink, and I would drink one after. This is Ross Patterson Revolution. So
it is.
I know you guys are a bunch of alcoholic, sick-minded fucks out there.
God damn, you're right, you are.
Drink one of these before you go out. Get fucked up. Drink another one when you get home. You'll be fine in the morning.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
Big fan. Super stoked to have Dan on the show. He's one of my favorite people on the planet. First up, we're going to have Miss Dallas on. She's talking about her new art exhibit in Dallas, which is fucking crazy. And then after that, we've got the owner of Dude Sweet Chocolate. Again, just another fucking weird, fascinating show. Just real people in Dallas, man, who came down to hang out at Craft and Growler, have some drinks, and just shoot the shit, man. Just fucking real people. Real Topeka people, man, if you're a Almost Famous fan. So let's get into the show, shall we?
How do I get my tomahawk back, my tomahawk back, my tomahawk back? How do I get my tomahawk back?
Who do we have on the show, Dan?
I don't know.
Is it Miss Dallas?
It's this lady that we met somewhere. I don't remember where it was. I think it was through Xander from H-Factor.
It was. It was. From H-Factor Water. What's your name?
Shannon McAnally.
Oh, my gosh. You're Miss Dallas, aren't you?
Well, I was a while ago.
What year was that?
Gosh, I was Miss Dallas 2011, but then I won Miss Virginia in 2013, competed at Miss USA.
So you're
How
a
do you
fucking
win-
carpetbagger then.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
How do you win different states? That's amazing.
Oh, so I was working in Virginia, so I moved to Virginia.
Okay.
And there's like there's this rule in the Miss USA system of like you have to be there for 6 months. So
Sure.
that's why I ended up competing Miss Virginia.
You ended up just going to different states, picking up different shit.
They call them state hoppers, but I'm like, I was actually working. Like, I was there. So, yeah.
That's amazing. They do call them state hoppers.
That's like a term,
Carpetbaggers, yeah.
What's a carpetbagger?
Oh, yeah, it is a
Carpetbagger
carpetbagger.
is someone that comes from the
Yeah.
north to the south.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
To run for political
then that's
office.
exactly what
Yeah.
that would be. Oh my gosh, I've never
an
heard of
asshole.
that.
Yeah.
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 It's fine,
and
though.
the crazy thing I find about it is I know a friend of mine in college was in that pageant world.
Uh-huh.
It's fucking brutal, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Especially in Texas. Like, in Texas, it's like there's...
It's religion.
Oh, it's a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
it's you know, like, football in Texas is, like, for high school and stuff, it's huge. But, like, in other states, it's not as big. And that's
Right.
the same thing for pageants. It's kind of...
Look, all those shows on what? It was the AMC or TLC. TLC, it's all Texas, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all the time. I mean, they are taking this shit
Oh, totally, yeah.
for keeps.
Yeah, well, and there's like 2 systems too. So there's like the Miss USA system, which used to be like Donald Trump's system, which
Yeah.
is what I did. And then
Did you meet Trump?
Yeah, met him a few times. Yeah,
How great is that guy?
he's as predicted. I mean, yeah, he's a nice guy. He was very cordial. I mean, political things aside, because
Totally.
you know, but he was very cordial. He was very accommodating, kind of thing. Yeah,
Nice guy, right?
Yeah.
Because I've met him a few times, and like I got to be honest with you, like you seem like a bro, like
Yeah.
a cool, like on Father's Weekend at college, it seemed like somebody else's dad had come down and hang out, and like he was a good dude.
Yeah, he was like I went to the Mar-a-Lago one time and ate dinner there, and then afterwards they're having like this big ball for the Miami-Dade police officers.
Yeah.
And he like came up to our table and invited. I was there with Miss Florida at the time,
Right.
and he invited us like into the ball, and we were like, we're not properly dressed for this, but he was like, no, don't worry, and like brought us in and like showed us his like car collection and stuff. It was pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
you know, it's funny. We hang out with Don Jr. sometimes.
Yes.
He comes by and does some of our stuff just because he's a fan of my company.
Yeah.
Big Black Rifle
That's cool.
Coffee guy.
Big
a lot
Black
of people don't
Rifle,
know
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And he's like you wouldn't know that he's. It's got to be difficult growing up as a billionaire, to be honest. Like, how the fuck do
I
you
think
connect with the rest of the world
So
when you
true.
grow up with $1 billion?
No, totally. I mean, like for Alexander, ironically, was involved in. We both went to Sundance a while ago,
Yeah.
and like, I guess Paul McCartney's son James was there, and
Yeah.
I met him there, and it's same kind of situation. Like I've become really good friends with James, but like I think that it's kind of the same thing. You know, it's got to be weird growing up like that, like in that kind of
It's
lifestyle.
gotta be
like,
crazy, yeah.
The child of a Beatle? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Like-
it's like being a child of Ross Patterson too. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna look up and be like, "Oh my God, why is everybody asking to see your father's penis all the time?"
Let me stop you right there.
Everybody's gonna be asking that.
Let me stop you right there. So, the explanation for that comment is that we've been drinking for several hours now.
Boy.
So what we're going to do now is collectively drink some H-Factor water.
I'm down.
Chug it.
Hydrogen infused water.
It's really good too.
I know. Here's the thing. So we chug this in between to stay alive. I've never seen a human like Dan chug it and drink it like he does.
Whoa! Wait! Why does he squeeze it like that?
exactly. So as fast as that went down, that's as easily as he kills people. Because Dan's killed hundreds of people. The more we drink, the more he keeps saying that. So we actually met the other night. We all went together. You have a big art show in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you tell the audience where that's at and why you're doing it and what's it about?
So yeah, it's called Psychedelic Robot. It's here in Dallas at the Crescent Court, and it's put on like by the Bivens Gallery. It's a collaborative effort of like 14 different artists from all over the world who have flown in, like people from LA, people from Russia, people
Including
from
the guy that did some of the art for Exit Through the Gift Shop, right?
Yeah. Well, so he's been
Mr.
involved
Brainwash.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Brainwash. Yep. He's involved too. It's actually going to be a really big event. It's like basically a pop-up immersive gallery where people go through, and it's rather than like just hanging art on the wall, all the artists flew in and like actually did things in the space, like created like an immersive experience. So it's going to be like really, really dope, and it's going on for right now 10 days. Starts on September 20th.
Yeah.
And like they're calling it like the Woodstock for millennials. Like it's gonna be pretty sick.
I'll be honest. So we got to see a sneak peek of it.
It was great,
It was
yeah.
amazing, and your work was amazing. And like,
Thank you.
When we went through it, like the detail and all of it. I mean, again, you were hanging like 40-pound pieces of plexiglass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
and you
was
weigh,
suspended.
You weigh approximately, what, 105? maybe?
Tops.
Like 115-ish. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
It's-
woman that's lifting about a third of her body weight to hang plexiglass in the ceiling. She has bruises all over her body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
why?
beat up.
Why is that? I was
No,
like, man, were you
I
attacked
look
by
like
a pumas?
No, seriously, I look like
She
I'm
did get
beat
attacked
up.
by pumas
Like-
on the way here. I heard that story. But the other part is the plexiglass.
Because
Yeah.
Xander, friend of the show, again, owner of H-Factor Water, was just like, yo, you got to meet this girl. She's dope as shit. She's making some of the best art on the planet.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where you're like, all right, cool, we'll come in and check it out. We ended up hanging out for like an hour.
Yeah.
And
That
I
was
was like,
great.
holy shit,
It's
if
really
you
good.
fuck you money, that's where you're dropping it on pieces like that, for real. Where I was just
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
we spent an hour in there, and I was
And
like,
there's-
God damn, I'd buy this and this and
There's
this
a
and
wide
this.
variety of stuff. There's like impressionist stuff. There's mixed media. There's all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff going on there. So if you're an
Yeah.
art person and you're in the Dallas, Fort Worth area, you should definitely go out and check it out.
It's gonna be really cool. Like, there's also this photographer who's like world renowned who's photographed Trump, as we
Yep.
were just talking about, and lots of other celebrities that's flying in to basically do like a live photo shoot for like the VIP area. Like they're gonna do like live models, like that. Basically, people can watch, them photograph as they go, and it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, I'm psyched about it.
Yeah.
You know what you should do is
It's
get some
psychedelic
caricature.
Psych.
You should get some caricature spray brush artists out there, and paint people on surfboards and
Yeah.
go-karts and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Dan
With
drinks a lot to
giant
forget,
heads.
by the way. So if he's slurring right now, he drinks a lot to forget. To forget.
Don't we all do that
I think we all do.
I actually drink
we
to
have
remember.
to.
Because most of my good things happen when I'm fucked up.
That's
and you
true.
can't remember it unless you get drunk again.
That's true. It's true. Dan's a man of the people, and that's what I love about him.
though? To be
That's the least amount of thing I am. It's man of the people.
I was gonna say to me, like Dan, to me looks like Irish, like super. You just look.
Same.
Maybe it's because you're wearing green.
He looks like an extra in Game of Thrones.
It's getting real racist
I know.
around here right now.
But
No,
like,
it's not at all. White on white crime is not racist. It's one race, Dan. It's one
But I'm
race.
like, that's
You know
why
what I'm
we
saying?
drink, because we're Irish, right?
Yeah, sure.
Ish.
Yeah. Do you want some moonshine? By the way, we got some moonshine.
Yeah, we've been drinking moonshine. So since we're in Texas, somebody brought us some moonshine.
No way.
Somebody brought us a raccoon's penis, by the way, and that's real. Swear to God.
Shut up.
And
Yeah.
there's another one.
Yeah, there's another one.
That's
Mine's
what
bigger, of course.
Dan had a dip and a taste out of it. I'm going to cheers you guys and have some moonshine here.
Cheers.
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 But no, we've had a blast in this city all the way around. And I didn't know, to me, like coming into Dallas for, I think this is one of my second time here. I didn't know there was art exhibits. I didn't know there was an art community. I didn't know there was that type of vibe here. But like we've had rappers on the show. We've had artists on the show today. We've had people from all walks of life. How is the art scene down here, and why did you end up staying here?
So it's actually coming around. Like, so back in the day, you know, like maybe 20 years ago, Deep Ellum was like amazing, like so lively. It was like the place to go for art and like music and stuff. And then over the 20-year span, like it kind of just
Fell
plummeted.
off.
But yeah, and then when the recession hit, it really fell off. And like all the businesses went out of business, and now it's finally come back around. And like between the Bishop Arts area and Deep Ellum, like and the Arts District, everything is just all of a sudden coming alive. So it's pretty
Sure.
cool. Like all these different artists, like musicians, artists, everything, are kind of coming back into the scene and like making it happen. So it's cool to like see it evolve and like come alive as it is, because it's really like
Yeah, and
right
again,
now.
when we got to see a sneak peek of it, like
It was great, yeah.
I was surprised at like how much cool shit from around the world was there, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't think this existed in Dallas.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, Dallas is not necessarily known for art, but I feel like it's kind of like getting back on the map in that sense, because, well, I mean, one, for me, it's central. You know, you can get, it's just a central location, even for business and for art. Like, you can go anywhere from Dallas, because
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
coast
I mean,
is...
Ross and I travel quite a bit, and we connect through here all the time.
Yeah.
for sure. So it's just a great hub, in my opinion, you know?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You a Cowboys fan?
My dad would kill me if I wasn't.
Stop.
I highly doubt that her dad's going to listen to this show, but just in case he does, your daughter's a huge Cowboys fan. She knows all the players' names.
Yeah.
She knows everything about the Cowboys. I've never heard anyone more knowledgeable on the
So
Cowboys than this woman
excited
right
about the
here.
You ever dated an athlete?
Not exactly. No, I mean, like, I've been on a date with an athlete, so, like, you know.
Anybody we know?
No.
Did you ever go on McCartney's kid?
Yeah.
How was that?
Yeah. I mean, like, no, I mean, we're really good friends now, but yeah, I mean, but
Dating a celebrity's kid is weird, right? Because they don't have any, and this is crazy. I'm not speaking for him personally. They don't have any real discernible talent, but their parents are super famous, and then you're like, great. There has to be this one moment on dates with them where you're like, what the fuck do you do? What do you do?
Well, I hear what you're saying, but I think James, actually, in my opinion, is actually a really good musician. Honestly, and,
Sure.
and I'm a big.
And I'm not saying it's him, by the way.
But
I'm just saying most celebrities' kids.
Well,
So
yeah.
I live in LA.
Okay,
So
well, that makes
I
sense.
lived
Yeah.
in LA.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that some of them probably, it's like they're given a platform a lot easier than,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way it works. But it's like they have the opportunity to potentially, you know, show their work
Sure.
a lot easier than most people would. But some of them are also really talented too.
Yeah.
you know?
Look, I always bitch at my wife. I'm like, dude, why can't your parents have been famous? Like, would have made our lives a lot goddamn easier. Instead,
really, I mean-
I've got to bring home the bacon
Exactly.
for everybody.
Like
Which is bullshit.
All she's really done in this relationship is bear your two children.
Yeah.
But that was mostly you.
And be hot.
That was mostly
It was
you.
mostly me.
Like, listen, I'm not even kidding. So his wife had a baby, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
2 days later, Ross and I were in the studio.
Yeah.
She was at home breastfeeding
way.
the kid.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Wait, was this baby one or baby
Two. Baby two.
No,
Yeah.
number two.
Well,
yeah.
that's why.
Baby 2 is different. Like,
'Cause, yeah.
baby 1, you're like, oh my God, this is precious cargo. You're going to break and kill a
Right.
child.
And then-
baby 2, you're just like, hey, can you be a year and already be walking so we can do some cool shit together? Because
Yeah.
otherwise, they're just attached to a tit and then you're rolling around. And you're
No
like,
shit,
"Yeah,
though. James is fucking amazing.
The best.
So
The best.
she had a baby, and then a couple days later we were doing our fantasy draft, and she's like breastfeeding the kid and drafting.
And did a
No
fantasy
way.
football draft, yeah.
Yeah. While we were live on air. It's
In
amazing.
all sincerity, my wife is the best, and I'm super lucky. One, but two, I'm here, and there's a fucking hurricane going on in Wilmington, North Carolina.
That's true.
And I got them a cabin up in the mountains. She's living her best life, and it's fine. But she allowed me to go and do all this shit, and I'm like, not a lot of wives would do that.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, like
So I'm amped about it.
Yeah. See, you have the jackpot then. I mean.
Yeah, I feel like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
How are you not married is what I don't understand.
I proposed to her before the show.
I
She
know
told me
you
to go
did.
fuck myself.
I know
so I
you
don't know what
did.
the problem is.
2 nights ago, when we were at your exhibit, when we saw the sneak peek, Dan was like, "God damn, that's a girl I would marry." Because Dan's always just like, "I'm never getting
I swear
married."
to God, I said that.
Dead serious. Dead serious. He was
It's
like,
true.
"She's smart, she's creative, she's funny," and I was like,
And before the show,
give
we
it a
were talking
go.
about Sam Harris, who was literally my favorite author
Oh,
ever.
Sam Harris is
Yes.
the best. Oh my gosh, I love Sam Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how are you not married? Is what I don't understand.
Because I run a construction company and
You're busy.
I'm super busy. I don't
Yeah.
have time for that shit. Like.
So since we are talking about that, because we chatted about this briefly the other night for the audience, you're a fucking boss-ass bitch. You have your own company. You're creative. You paint. You do all this other shit. Is that intimidating for guys? Because we've had some other girls on this show who said the same thing. Christmas Abbott came
Yeah.
on and said the same thing.
I mean, maybe, but at the same token, it's like I've never been the type to like. I'm not out looking for, like, anybody to date. I've never been that type. It's
You
just,
don't have to either. Let's be real.
Well, but it's like so. Anybody who I have dated, they have their own stuff going. They're also successful. It's like, and I think
Yeah.
that's what I need in this situation because it's a good balance of just like lifestyles.
Yeah.
Like there's no one's dependent on each other. In that
Well,
sense.
I'm looking to be a house husband, so
Yeah.
you and I need to talk after this.
Dan's looking to
Wait.
settle down and just raise one child alone.
Like lately, putting this exhibit together for Psychedelic Robot, though, I've been so busy that I've like needed a house husband because I just can't.
That's what it is.
Do you know how good I can cook?
Dan's amazing. And he's killed hundreds of people. You'd always be safe. You would always be safe with Dan.
You would
what
be
is it?
safe.
400?
It's hard to keep
Is it-
count. Yeah.
But I always tell this one story. So my entertainment lawyer in LA was ridiculously hot, and I always asked her, but she was a power boss ass bitch. Same thing, and I was always like, she went in these shitty relationships over and over and over again, and I was just like, why? Why do you compete? And she was like, I need a house husband essentially, because I'm focused on my career, but I also want somebody who's going to be there for me and not working all the time as
Yeah.
well. And that's genuinely what she was looking for, and that was the big sticking point. Dan's willing to be that person for you. Dan's willing to put on line. He put his life on the line for the country. Now he's willing to put his life on the line for Miss Dallas. I can tell you that right now.
That's hilarious. I'm like, what? Seriously, when I first saw Dan, I was like, he looks like what's the guy's name from Game of Thrones?
Torvald or something?
Yeah,
I
from Game of
can't remember.
Thrones.
Like,
Yeah.
Tor something or
I
other.
was like,
yeah.
if your beard was more red, you were that guy, like the super tall.
I am, yeah.
Like, yeah, that's you.
Definitely.
In
that
real
guy.
life, so you know how Hollywood works. In real life, I'd beat the shit out of that guy.
Yeah, he would.
Like that
that's
guy.
real.
That guy grew up trying to pretend to be other people. I'm the guy that he was pretending to be.
Yeah.
That's how that works,
That's
right?
how that works. That's how that works. So, what are your goals for the future? What do you hope happens with the art exhibit? Like, in your ideal situation, do you hope that this exhibit explodes you and like you become one of the biggest United States artists on the planet? Because I feel like we don't have enough great artists in the United States who are big worldwide.
Mm-hmm. Well, so honestly, like, well, one, I feel like there's a lot of other artists in the same exhibit who are much more experienced than me too, and so it's
They
kind of,
are,
it's
but your
it's
shit was
almost
dope.
It's almost thank you.
But people
thank
don't
you.
know who artists like. If you ask the average person who Andy Warhol is, they'll know.
Right.
Or Federico Fellini.
Yeah.
As a
For sure.
journalist, photographer / video content maker. But people these days, they know actors and directors, but they don't know artists
Right.
at all.
Well,
Yeah.
so like everybody knows like Banksy,
Banksy,
like
yeah,
those
yeah.
kinds of things. Like, yeah, everybody knows that. For me, I'm like, I'm much more. I live in the moment. Like, I don't necessarily have this goal to like become some extremely like famous artist. However, I just want to keep creating and like doing, and then we'll see like where it goes. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know, like overall, I do see this particular exhibit just because because of the feedback we're getting already from like media, from just influencers that have taken like a sneak peek of it. Like it's gonna be pretty big to where I could see it going to other cities. Like I could see it like being a thing that we do in other cities too,
right.
you know. But I mean, time will tell. We'll see. We're already, I think, looking to extend it from the time frame that it's going on. Like we're looking to extend it into potentially a month or so. But I mean, that's just speculation. I can't say that for sure.
The concept is super interesting. Everything in marketing now is about personalities, right?
Right.
It's just how it is. So the idea of running pop-up art shops where the personalities are featured instead of some production company or whatever the fuck else is, that's how it's done these days. That's why organizations like NASCAR are failing.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about sponsors and sponsorships and not about the personalities.
Yeah.
I want to see a guy walk out in the middle of the track and throw his helmet at somebody else's windshield like Tony Stewart used to do.
Same.
Like, I don't give a fuck about NASCAR right
same
now.
in,
I really
in the
don't
art
care.
world, for real. Like, even the fact that you were Miss Dallas and Miss Virginia, like, even hearing that and then just coming and see your shit, it completely changes your perception of it. Where you're just like, oh,
not just of art,
Yeah.
but of the pageant community in
exactly.
general.
Where you're just
Both
like,
sides.
yo.
Yeah.
There's actually super talented people in that, and I think even bringing that aspect over to the art world, because let's face it, the art world needs a little help. Same as NASCAR, where you need a personality, you need somebody big, you need somebody you're able to post, and not like Wes Bentley's character from American Beauty, where it's just like, oh, here's my bag in the
it's
wind.
the most
Like,
beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Exactly. You can't have that as your
that movie.
spokesman and expect people to come into the art community and say, great, that's my next fucking hero right there. I'm gonna buy all his shit.
It's true though. I mean, like, and that's what the great thing also about like social media now. It's like it's a different platform to be able to get art out there. Like it's a way to just showcase things that people would never know about or see. And I think that's kind of the point of what we're doing because it's an immersive gallery, quote unquote. Like it's something that people can experience online as well because we've created like photo opportunities, like
Sure.
like, great, like I've got these huge 8 foot by 4 foot glowing pieces of plexiglass of, models that I've photographed. So that's something that's a good photo opportunity for people to be in front of. It's a great way to just display new ideas and concepts.
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, I tell you what. Where can everybody find you online and find your work, most importantly?
Oh, yeah, I guess I haven't even mentioned. So, yeah, my name's Shannon McAnally, but I go by the art moniker as...
Yeah, there we go, because I was waiting for it. What's your art moniker?
Thanks, Zoe. So Zoe's like my,
alter ego?
Alter ego,
So,
yeah.
Thanks, Z-O-E-Y.
Like THANX
Oh my God,
ZOE.
what the fuck?
Thanks.
That's going to be
Zoe.
hard to find on social
sorry.
media.
Give us just a second. Spell the whole thing slowly.
Yeah.
At THANXZOE. So thanks, Zoe.
Okay, there we go, guys.
Thanks,
That's
Zoe.
great.
Yeah.
All right, and
Yeah.
then that's all social media?
Yeah,
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff?
Yep. All the above. Yep. Thanks, Zoe. Mhm.
That's dope. Well, hey, thanks for being on the show. I would highly recommend, if you get out of the relationship you're in, really considering Dan.
Dan's a great guy. Yeah,
He's a broken lawyer. I'm kidding. He's not
I'm
broken.
fine.
No, he's the best. Dan's actually the best guy on the planet.
Y'all are awesome.
And again, if you want to feel safe around somebody, he's killed hundreds of people.
I mean, it is kind of nice, like this, like big burly, like
That's great, isn't it?
Irishman. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. No lie, every city we go in, like, because let's face it, I'm really attractive, like, amazingly handsome man. But every girl goes for Dan, where it's just like Dan treats them like shit, and then literally,
That's actually not true at all. I'm the nicest guy.
You are a nicest guy. You'll be like, hey, if somebody's doing something dumb, you'll be like, I think you literally said, "Stop it, dummy," when we were in New York to somebody.
It's called radical transparency. It's one of Ray Dalio's principles. I live by it. If you're doing something stupid, if I'm doing something stupid, I want to know about it. Tell me. This is how it is, right?
I think it's this like nonchalant, like confidence,
Badass.
you know?
Yeah. There's something about Dan. I can't figure it out. Again, in New York City, it was a no lie. We went to a dinner for like a big podcast thing, and like all the top people in the world. 30 women were circled around Dan, and I'm with my one of my buddies, Josh Harkis, and we're sitting there. We're like, "Yo, is 30 people around Dan like right now, like just worshiping him? Like we were invisible at that. It was crazy. It was crazy." Shannon, thank you for
Blushing.
being on the show.
Of course, thank
we
you.
greatly
Thank you.
appreciate it. You're
course.
super talented, and we wish you nothing but success in the future.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
thanks for coming.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll let you get back to it. I know you got a 15-hour day ahead of you.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get to work. Finish
Thank
it up.
you for being here.
Thanks so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Thank you.
How do I get my tomahawk back? My tomahawk back. My tomahawk back. How do I get my tomahawk back?
Dallas,
From
Texas.
Craft and Growler.
Craft and Growler.
Great place.
Man, we've met some amazing people. You might be one of my new faves.
Why is that?
We met you during the break. You seem like that lady who's done it all, seen it all, and just gives zero fucks whatsoever.
No, I really don't. There's no point.
I know.
Actually, nobody gives a shit anyway, so
No.
it doesn't really matter.
No.
Yeah.
And you have these amazing chocolates.
Yeah, I do. I make
What's the name of your shop?
It's Dude Sweet Chocolate.
Dan, there we go.
So only dark chocolate.
Supposedly this one tastes like Fruit Loops, right?
Well, it depends on who you are. It can either taste like Fruit Loops or Earl Grey tea.
You know, it's funny. Only dark
Loops.
chocolate. That sounds like the Kardashian theme. That's all
Oh.
they do. They only go dark chocolate.
It can't, it never stops. Right when you think they're going to switch,
Nope.
nope.
Back to dark chocolate every single
Back
time.
to dark chocolate. Yeah, but they're also starting to look like that too.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
How'd you get
I like
into
it.
this? How'd you get into chocolate? Why
You
chocolate?
like it?
The chocolate.
Great.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Fantastic.
Awesome. There's also some bacon there for you too.
Oh my God.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
'Cause we have a long day today. I'm
Yeah.
taking this back to the hotel. So after we get back, because last night we were starving after the game. We were on the field. We wanted some food, so we waited till midnight last night.
Yeah, we went to Buffalo Wild Wings and ate
It's gonna be a nice little treat
Oh,
later
that
on.
struggle's real.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah, we ate a lot of wings last night.
It is. That struggle is definitely real. Definitely real. How'd you get into chocolate?
I was a pastry chef. Oh, sorry. I was
all
a pastry chef for about 30 years,
Really? Where at?
all over. So I worked in Chicago, New Orleans, New York, London. Did some work in Italy, and then came back to Dallas.
Okay.
And did a project for Merrill Lynch.
No shit.
Yeah, no shit. There's a local bar about a mile from here called Lee Harvey's. It's in.
Stop. In
No shit.
Dallas?
Yeah.
There's a Lee Harvey
Yes.
Oswald Ball?
So there's an area called the Cedars. It's kind of that way. Nobody can see me pointing, but it's that way.
Right.
And it's where Jack Ruby owned a bunch of property.
Of course.
Okay.
Right?
Of
Yeah.
course.
So he had that's where his burlesque theater was. I live in a building that was an old Jack Ruby whorehouse.
Really?
Yeah, no shit.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and everybody says that there's ghosts in my building.
Yeah, let's get into that because I'm super fascinated by this. I just watched. You ever watch Dark Tourist on?
Oh my God, it's
on
bananas.
Netflix. Nuts.
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 Did you see the one where they were faking being attacked,
The torture.
The torture.
Oh, the torture was crazy.
What the
but
fuck was that?
They did a whole thing on Dallas where you can take tours.
Oh, I didn't see that. I just couldn't watch it.
You can take tours
No.
and with Jackie O. Somebody will dress up as Jackie O and they'll take you to where Kennedy got assassinated.
That's-
in the car.
Why?
I just don't understand that.
Why?
I don't either.
I don't get it. Okay, so imagine, if you will, that they are Okay, so everybody's seen where it happened, right?
Right.
Okay, so all the cities have those really fucking stupid scooters everywhere.
Yes.
Okay. They're terrible. So nobody pays attention when they're riding these things. They're
yeah.
shooting out. So you
They're
imagine
asshole tourists.
They're asshole
Yeah.
tourists.
Yeah.
Well, they're asshole locals as well. I mean, it's just no getting around it. So imagine, if you will, you're in downtown Dallas, right? You're doing this tour, somebody's dressed up as Jackie O, and then some schmuck rides by on a scooter, right?
Yeah.
Through your video and stuff like that. So yeah, no, stupid stuff. But I don't understand going to see where he shot. I don't get it.
Did you take the tour at all?
No, why would I take the tour?
Here's the problem. Back in the day when they used to have the tour of the book repository,
Yeah.
they blocked off the window
Yeah, totally. What the fuck?
because
Yeah.
they didn't want people to see. It was 83 yards, that shot. I could throw a rock and hit somebody from 83 yards. So the idea that someone couldn't shoot someone twice in that range.
Yeah, Dan, and by the way, I'm being completely...
with slingshot?
Yeah. And I'm being completely serious now. Walk the audience through of why that was such an easy shot, and then why people have a hard time accepting that he did that.
I honestly have no idea. So when you're in the military, when you're qualified with your rifle, you shoot at 50, and then the next one I think is 100 and then 150 meter pop-up targets. But it's like if you miss the 50 or 150, you're an asshole.
Were you in the
Right.
military?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan's killed hundreds of people. I don't know
That's
if you know
absolutely
this.
not true.
So if there's an apocalypse, I'm finding you.
Well, or avoiding me, depending on which side of the line you fall on.
Yeah.
But if you're 83 yards away, come on, man. Like seriously, Evan
But
Hafer.
even with the guns back then, were they?
Oh yeah,
fine.
Yes, absolutely. So the CEO of my company, Black Rifle Coffee, Evan Haver, at 83 yards with a handgun, could take 2 people out in that amount of time. Not a
Oh, wow.
rifle. Yeah.
See, I don't get it. I mean, like, okay, so, and that's another thing. So, so you're having all of this. What's the name of the tourist?
Dark tourism.
Okay, dark tourism. So when I think of dark tourism
Dark
and
tourists,
shit
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
I don't really think of Dallas, Texas.
Well,
you know what I mean?
So
It's
here's
like,
the thing. So
really?
with that was one element of it. Because of where JFK got shot.
Right.
They also went to a Dahmer convention. So like that was part of the dark
Right.
the torture episode.
I
which
saw
you
the torture, yeah.
The nuclear blasts where people
3 Mile
Oh, I
Island?
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
Yep. And they were like reading. They were doing the reading.
yeah,
the
yeah.
read. Okay, that was kind of crazy.
But like on a smaller scale, we had one of the listeners today bring us, and this is real by the way. I don't know if you know this. These are raccoon dicks. Dead serious. So these are actual real raccoon dicks, and these were in the back of this guy's car, and he brought them to the show and was just like, "Hey, I have a really special gift for you. It's this raccoon dick." Dead serious. So
Serial killer call these trophies.
yeah,
By
exactly.
the way.
But he had these in the back of his car. Yeah, you're welcome. Pick it up. Pick it up. How
It's-
crazy is that?
Well, I mean, for visual, we could put it over next to your big cock that you have
that's
over
what-
there,
that's what I'm
right? I
saying.
mean,
That's
Yeah,
what a real
yeah.
dick looks like, by the way.
Yeah, that's
For
what
those
it
not
watching the
not
video.
very many.
No,
Well,
not at all.
That's their
No.
problem, not
Not
mine.
at all. You look like you've lived a crazy, crazy life.
I've been lucky.
What
Yeah, I
what
mean,
have you gotten into?
Okay, so I think I've got a really good story about
Yeah.
how shit can go wrong.
Oh boy.
Okay, so imagine, if you will, so I get sent to Peru for chocolate, right? So I'm a guest of the Peruvian government.
Which Peru has great chocolate.
Peru, anywhere south of the equator has great chocolate.
Yes.
So we're there. There's a bunch of people teaching classes. We could fly to Lima, and then we take a bus about 14 hours up, right? We do all our shit up there. Then we come back down, and I'm in Lima. I have a layover of about 5 hours, okay? So I check my bags into the airport, and here's, okay, so it's a long story. I'll try to make it shorter. So I'm in the taxi heading back to the airport. Okay, so I've traveled all over the world by myself.
Right.
And I'm not, and I did such an amateur move. I'm in the back of the cab, I've got the windows down, and it's stop and go traffic through the slums. Stupid move. I mean, it's really dumb. So a guy reaches through to grab I've got like a chrome like messenger bag.
Yeah.
He reaches through to get my bag, and I put my feet on the door, right? And I'm pulling back on my bag. And then the next thing you know, another guy jumps through and they get my bag. Okay, so inside my bag is my laptop, my cell phone, my travel thing that has all my cash, all my credit cards.
Everything. Your whole life.
My whole life.
Yeah.
Anything that says who the hell I am.
Sure.
And here's where it gets dumb. I jump out of the cab and chase after them. Right?
Wow.
So now I'm in the slums of Peru, right? And I'm running, and I speak Spanish, but there's still a little bit different. So I'm running.
Poquito?
Alto.
So I'm running, and then all of a sudden I have like a mental breakdown. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. So I look around, and I just have a moment, and then the next thing I know, this little grandmother walks up to me and says, my grandson can take you to the police station. And I'm like, well, I'm either going to die here or I'm going to die in the car. So I get in the car.
And how old are you at this point?
I'm like, shit, I'm 49.
Shit, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm old, man.
You don't look it at all, by the way.
How old are you now?
I'm 54.
Yeah, you don't look.
No, nobody ever gets my age. No. So I have really seen a lot. So it's cycling and yoga. That's all it is. And chocolate.
For me, it's acid.
Acid?
Keeps me young.
Dan's
yeah.
done a lot
Well,
of acid.
actually,
Keeps you young.
an acid doesn't necessarily keep you young, but you
No, it
sure
doesn't,
should
no.
think you're young.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on right now.
so,
I have no
so,
idea.
so then I go to the police station.
Yep.
Right? And it's like a cartoon police station.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like this brick station, the brick walls. It has like the old sort of cartoon like bars next to room, and a guy keeps pulling his dick out. Right? And all this stuff is going on.
That sounds like my office, actually.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, they put me in the back of a truck, right? The guy is here next to me with a submachine gun, two driver and passenger submachine gun, two cops on bike. We're going to a house to raid a house they're supposedly stealing from tourists. They take me in the car to identify.
What?
Oh, yeah. It gets better.
You can't,
yeah. So
you can't sue the cops in Mexico.
No, you can't.
This is, yeah, so
It's
then.
not LAPD.
No.
Right, so then, it wasn't then. So the next thing, a cop comes in, he's got my bag. He says, "Is this your bag?" Yes. I still smoked cigarettes at the time. I'm out front, like chain smoking. A guy walks up and says, you were the woman that was robbed on Marina Drive. Did you lose a red wallet? And I said, "Well, it's my travel wallet." I said, "Yes." He said, "Come with me. I know where it is." No. The cop comes with him, walks back, my taxi driver, and a witness. When I'm fighting with my bag, my travel wallet fell out of my bag and landed in the floorboard. And it's all
Wow.
my cash, all my shit. And I was able to identify the guys out of a lineup, and I had a police escort to the airport.
You're kidding.
No,
And they all don't look alike down there.
no, they don't look
Totally
alike.
kidding.
No.
Super racist comment.
We totally look alike.
Yes, we do, right?
Totally.
White people do.
White
I don't
people
understand
do.
why people have a problem with that. We do.
There's
We
a
look
really
alike.
good joke in 30 Rock about that.
What
Yeah.
is it?
The show 30 Rock.
I love that
well,
show.
I mean, so Jack Donaghy, Alec Baldwin's character,
Right.
is he's head of the microwave division, but it's run. All the technicians are Indian guys.
Okay.
And different guys, white dudes, keep walking into the office, and one
Right.
of them is him. One of them's a sandwich guy, and it's just all him. They're like, "Are we racist, or do these all look alike?"
Well, you
Great.
say like
It's
Indian
great.
dot or Indian feather. I mean, yep.
Dot, yes,
Dot,
yeah.
yep.
You're all tatted up here. What do you got here? What do you got here? What does that say?
Wanderlust?
Wanderlust. Like the movie?
No.
No, like she likes to travel, asshole.
Yes.
Okay. 'cause
Learn
you
what
don't
words
swing?
mean, please.
You don't swing at all?
No.
Really?
No.
You kind of look. You have the
No.
vibe. You have a swinger's vibe, though. You know that, right?
See, I think that's all in your head.
It's not. Whenever somebody's too hip, like at your age, I'm like, oh man, they've got to be either super into weed or swingers.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Or both.
You're just cool.
Where do you
You're
live?
too
In like
cool.
where do you live? Like
It's not
Kansas?
that. No, it's not that. But I judge it on people's parents and things like that. Like, you're way cool. Like, you don't seem like you're anybody's parents at all.
Well, you have to think that just before I got here, I was over a fryer doing churros and ice cream at my store. So I've got like still like batter on me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, you know.
Are you married? You don't have a ring on.
No, I have a boyfriend, but I'm not married.
Okay.
He's awesome.
He's awesome.
He's awesome.
You ever been married?
No.
No. When did you get tatted up like this?
Probably not till I was in my mid-40s.
Really? I'm always curious as to
But
why.
that one actually I won in a raffle in New Orleans.
Okay.
So that was my first one.
Gotcha.
And I picked such a stupid design.
So my wife has always said, because I've got tattoos, she's always like, I
I
want to
thought
be.
you were gay.
Oh no, I know,
Big
weird,
time.
right? Because I'm so pretty. I'm
You
so
are very
pretty. Everybody
pretty.
thinks I'm gay. I get
I
it.
just want to point out that she's got a turnip on this side.
It's a beet.
It's a turnip. A beet is red. That's fucking
Beet's
orange. That's purple.
Okay, it's a turnip for you.
It's a turnip.
Turn up.
It's a pretty one though.
It's
Okay,
it's fine.
so that one actually.
I'm not being critical. I'm just
There you
saying.
Okay, so that one right there actually,
It's a
when
root vegetable or something.
they were doing an article on chefs with tattoos in Dallas, right? And so I said, and I wanted to get this one, and I said I wouldn't be photographed or do the article unless the guy that does my tattoos was a part of it, because it doesn't really have anything to do with me. I mean, it does, but it doesn't.
Right.
He's the one that does it. I basically show up on
Are most of
time.
your tattoos from one guy?
The good ones are.
So tell me who the guy is.
His name is Josh Robinson.
Does he have Instagram?
Yes.
So tell our audience.
Oh my
Yeah,
God! I have
tell
to.
us.
I have to. His name is Josh Robinson.
Look it up.
Okay,
You know
so
what you remind me of? Is like a
What?
sweet ass Francis McDormand. Like who I hope Francis McDormand is in real
okay,
life.
so his name is Josh Robinson. Let's see now. Let's see.
Dan and Ross, look at the internet. Dan and Ross,
Josh.
look at
This
the
is a new segment we call
internet.
Dan and Ross, look at the internet.
I'm sure they can find him on Instagram. You're
Josh.
typing with one finger. I'm sure they can find him.
Well, did you notice the size of my phone? I've got a Mr.
It's
Fancy
tiny.
Pants.
Yeah, you're that's an
So,
iPhone 1.
For the audience.
No, it's an
MR
SE.
Fancy
Thank you very
really?
much.
MR Fancy Pants.
MR Fancy Pants.
And
so
he's
let me
in the
ask you.
Dallas Fort Worth area.
Yeah, but see,
Yeah.
but my phone is metal.
I get
can't
it.
do the other ones. They're too big.
Dan is metal. A lot of people don't know
I
that.
cycle. You can't like put one of those giant phones in the back
What's
of
an
your
iPhone?
bag.
No, I understand it.
5?
No, SE. It's just like a 6. And
Old school, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Let me ask you this: what was it like growing up in Jack Ruby's whorehouse?
Well, I didn't grow up there.
You didn't?
I did not.
Oh, you live there now?
I live there now. Yes, I've lived there for 11 years.
Is it really haunted, like they say?
I don't think so. But you know what's really weird is, or kind of wackadoodle, in the hallways are these little, it looks like there were windows covered up, right? And a friend of mine's dad got laid as a teenager in that room.
Really?
In that building. And that's where they would look at the hookers to see what they look like. They would have to look in the window. And you could see all on the wood floors where it was like broken up. I can't stop staring at this raccoon dick.
That's
It's
crazy,
fine.
right? It's
I'm
right in front of
sorry.
you.
I'm sorry.
It's like, I keep looking at it in
It's
front of
fascinating,
in
right?
front of the Zima.
I know. Well, you're welcome. Welcome to my
I'm
world.
very so I'm pro raccoon dick. I'm pro Zima. I'm pro prostitute.
You
pro all of it.
you are like all over the place.
No,
He's
that's-
pro all of it.
I'm pro everything.
What are you against?
Hurting other people.
Right?
Stop, Dan. You've killed Hunt.
I'm sorry. If you're hurting other people, I'm gonna come find you.
It's true.
But
it's
if you're
true. Dan's
being
the
a
guy who
good
comes
person,
find
then
people.
do what you want to do.
He's like a real life equalizer. He is.
I had to tell somebody to. I didn't tell him to fuck off in my store, but I wanted to. I just called him out and said he was being mean. That's all he said. If a guy's trying to be like tough and stuff like that, and he's being rude to a guy that's giving him chocolate to taste,
Yeah.
you're kind of an asshole.
No one that's actually tough has to pretend to be tough.
right?
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
a very good way to look at
This
it.
is how life is.
That's very
Like, tough people just are tough.
Yeah, no,
True.
exactly. How long have you had your store and why'd you get into it?
It was kind of serendipitous. I just was doing a project for Merrill Lynch for Christmas presents. They commissioned me, and I was like, "This is kind of fun. Why don't I give it a whirl?" So I just started making up some chocolate. I came up with a name. I sold them at farmers markets, and then just went from there. We opened up a store a year later. We're celebrating 10 years this coming Christmas.
Holy shit!
What's the, name,
Congratulations.
what's the name of your company again?
Dude Sweet Chocolate, DUDESWEET.
Yeah.
We have some over there, like
We
that.
have some over here, right here. Buddy.
Yeah.
Boom. Dude, sweet chocolate.
That one's made with Whistle Pig whiskey.
Ah, look at that. Look at
That's
that.
good. I
White
like
chocolate.
Whistle
Were you
Pig.
just a diehard fan growing up?
Who doesn't like chocolate?
She's
know.
all women like chocolate.
Dude, my wife
Actually,
likes
you
chocolate
know
more
what?
than
We
life
have some
itself.
that come in that don't.
Women?
Yeah.
That's creepy to me.
You know, and the thing is, what's really weird is people, the association, you know, like the ones that say they only like milk or white, which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
just
yeah.
bullshit. I mean, that's just
White
cream
chocolate is
sugar.
not real chocolate.
No lie.
That's
it's just
confectionery sugar
But
bullshit.
I love
It's
it.
with fat.
Is it weird? That's my favorite.
really.
It is.
Yeah, because
like
you're a
sugary
fucking
things.
basic bitch. That's
yes,
why.
I do. You're right. I like Zima. I like sugary things. However, I don't eat it that often.
Oh, so the Zima really is you.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Oh,
real.
yeah.
That's real life. That's real
Zima
life.
with a fucking Jolly Rancher is Ross Patterson.
That is real life. 100% across the board. Dead serious.
On the other hand,
Dead
I'm
serious.
Ron Swanson. You familiar with that guy?
Yes.
Yes.
That's me.
Dan is
Real
a
life.
living
Do you know
Ron
we
Swanson.
actually had Ron Swanson? I cycle with a group called Meat Fight.
Yeah.
And we raised money for MS. We actually had him. What's his name? What's the guy's name?
Nick
we had?
Offerman.
Nick Offerman. in
He
real
was
life,
one of
yeah.
our judges one year.
That's great.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I eat a lot of protein.
Well, you're in the land of it. Man, you should come to Meat Fight. It's baller.
Dan
Meat
eats
Fight
six-
sounds like I'm getting hard just
Dan
thinking
eats
about
6
Meat
times
Fight
a
right
day.
now.
What is Meat Fight?
Meat Fight is an organization that raises money for MS.
Okay.
But we actually
Our
today.
good buddy Jack Osborne does a lot for
Oh
us
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've actually put to date over 160 people on bikes, like physically
that's awesome, yeah.
purchase the bikes, the kit, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it's just feeding people meat and booze.
So all I've got to do is come get drunk and eat meat and give you money, and
yeah,
And you're good to go.
I'm
Yeah,
down.
that's it.
I'm good.
right?
Sold.
So let me ask you this: what's
Okay.
the hope with the chocolate? Like Shark Tank eventually, like expand worldwide. What was your dream scenario for it?
Dude Sweet needs to get folded into maybe another company. You know, we're small. We
Sure.
have no lines of credits. We have no investors. We play a walnut and shell game every day, and we've done it for 10 years, which is pretty fucking amazing when you think about it. We need to be with somebody else to be bigger. You know,
Right.
I don't necessarily think I want to have a bunch of retail stores. It's not really where the money's at. I'd like to have maybe 10 tasting rooms across the country and then just feed people. That's
'cause
it, man.
Your chocolate's delicious, and it's one of those things where, like, if you have it and this was able to get out to a worldwide audience, you'd be massive.
Correct. The deal is with us, because we're so small, we don't have a lot of penetration.
What was that last word?
I'm very
I know.
good at penetration.
There you go.
I know,
That's-
and then, but you know what's so funny is then I
Layup.
looked over at the giant cock
Dick.
on the table,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I said it, and then in my mind I turned into Beavis and Butthead, but there it is.
Mike Judge is a hero. He's an American hero.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is.
You know, but if I give people chocolate, they buy it. It's hands down. It's the gig.
I got it.
Yeah.
Chocolate
so
is probably the easiest thing other than crack cocaine to sell.
It is.
Right.
It is.
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. I would imagine.
People love chocolate, and your chocolate is very good.
It
Man,
is.
I want you guys. Okay, open that up because I want you to open that up.
The bacon?
So this is. I
Is
know.
that
I'll tell you what,
chocolate-covered
open it. I
bacon?
was
Yes,
going to
it's
save it
candied
for
bacon.
after. I was going to
No,
save it for after, but
no,
open
open
it
it
now.
up.
No, open it up. I want to have it now. Dan
Yeah.
rarely eats sweets, so watching him do this is going to be amazing.
So what's funny about this too is that my guy actually has been doing it, and he makes it better than me. And then all the bacon fat that gets poured off right from it, we do a caramel, and I fill these little chocolate skull heads
Oh
with
my
the caramel.
God. This is the greatest thing I've ever tasted
It's
in my
really
life.
good.
I'm going
isn't
to eat
it?
some of this bacon now.
Right? Why not?
My
If
wife
I
is
don't-
going to be so pissed she's not here.
If
It's
you
the
don't
best
hear
thing I've
from
ever
me
had.
again, it's because I quit everything to eat this bacon exclusively.
Wow.
It's really good.
Holy shit, this
no
is good.
shit, right?
Are you the first person to do this?
No, lots of people do it. I just think we do it better than a lot of people
Man.
because we use really good bacon. And the thing is
Wow,
that
that's
when
really
you
good.
Amazing.
You know, and if it's not cooked out, you know, like a lot of them is kind of really chewy. This is nice and crunchy.
I tasted
Great.
the bacon before I got to the bacon.
Same, yeah.
So there's bacon fat in the chocolate, right?
Yeah.
It just when you roll it, it ends up getting in there. It's good, isn't it?
Amazing.
Right?
So good.
Right?
So good. So
This
so-
is like still life.
Yeah, I know exactly. Whatever that breakfast shop is there, because we've been going hard all day.
It's called Smoke.
Smoke.
Oh, I
Smoke
love
was
that
the
place.
jam.
Very
Smoke
good.
is the jam.
Oh my God,
They've
their
won a
French
bunch of
toast
James
is-
Beard Awards. So
Yeah,
it's
Tim
really
is
good.
really brilliant. The
That's what
chef.
I hear, yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Nice guy. Nice
Yes.
guy. So here on Dan, and Dan will tell you this, on Ross Patterson Revolution, we have a revolutionary figure of the day.
Okay.
Who is your revolutionary figure that either somebody coming up, somebody that inspired you, or that you were just like, yo, when I had this, it changed my whole fucking way of thinking.
Oh shit. So when I had this, that could be any sort of thing that I've purchased or consumed.
Absolutely. That is revolutionary to you that you were just like, when you had it, it changed your life and changed the game for you.
Ah, fuck, man.
Your
That's
inspiration. Your muse.
Like Dan's was Chris Kyle, because he's, again, killed so many
It
people.
wasn't him.
you know.
Carlos Hathcock, maybe.
I gotta say, I think Jacques Pepin is a big one for me. I mean,
And tell our audience who that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Jacques Pepin is a very he's a classic French chef.
Okay.
But you know, he's in his late 70s, you know, and the thing is that when you still meet him, he's still so full of life, joy. He paints. He does other things. I mean, there's lots of chefs that I think are really brilliant. I think Anthony Bourdain was monumentally inspirational for
That
me.
was a big loss, yeah.
Yeah,
But I think it's the ones that have a lust for not just food,
But culture and
but
life
culture.
in
So
general,
Bourdain
yeah.
was very, very important, and Pepin
Yeah.
is very, very important because they loved life and they loved culture and they loved the places that it came from.
Yeah.
And I think that is really good. I think a lot of chefs miss the boat when they don't have anything outside of the kitchen because they lose the life that's attached
Right.
to it. And that's where you miss your life is off kilter. And those two are very, very important for
Yeah.
me. So I think it's two.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this, because Jessie, my wife, is the ultimate diehard Anthony Bourdain fan.
Yeah.
How did
Yeah.
you feel when you heard about the death of Bourdain and that he hung himself? I have a theory on it that I'd love to present to you.
I keep eating y'all's bacon that I gave
help
you.
yourself.
Oh, no.
I have a theory that I'd love to present to you, okay?
Okay, present it.
He hung himself in the middle of the night. It was about 3 or 4 a.m. in Alsace, France, which
Right.
is one of the most beautiful places on the planet, has the best food on the planet. He had filmed a show earlier in the morning. His girlfriend, Asia Argento, who was a big proponent of the Me Too movement.
Batshit.
Yes, batshit, and not only that, but in the last 6 weeks, like right before he killed himself, they were doing that New Yorker piece about her getting caught for paying somebody off for Me
Right.
Too, and it was through him and his lawyer. Do you think, and this is just my opinion, because that's what I think, do you think that the story got back to him, they asked him for thoughts and said, hey, we know it was you, we know it was your lawyer who paid this kid off, and it's your girlfriend who is leading this Me
don't think
Too
that.
movement. What's your theory on it then?
I just think I just think it was too much. I mean, the guy never stopped. I think it just was too fucking much. I think he's been through way worse things than that in his life. I mean, he did heroin and he stopped doing heroin. You know, he did all these things. I don't think that. I think it was too much. The very first thing I thought of was, oh dear God, let Eric Repair not be the person that found him.
It was.
I know, and I was like,
It was him.
And Eric Repair is a Buddhist.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
rough for him, right?
I mean, that's the thing is that.
Why is that rough for a Buddhist for the audience?
I mean, it's just a Buddhist. It's a taking of life. I mean, everything
They
about
don't-
them
so
is
if
about
you-
life.
If you think about the most extreme radical Christian, they may kill an abortion doctor. If you think about the most extreme radical Muslim, they may suicide bomb somebody. If you think about the most extreme radical Buddhist, they're probably Jainist, and they wear cheesecloth over their mouth to make sure they don't accidentally swallow a bug. That's how deep it goes with those guys.
Right.
Wow.
Like the non-injury of other fucking conscious beings.
You know, and the thing is that when Bourdain did that, I'd already experienced 3 separate deaths and suicides in the culinary community here. You know, so when I see something like that, it's such a thing within the culinary community. So this one just said, it doesn't matter how successful you are,
Right.
it's still a common thread. So
Well, you know,
it did,
he wasn't too far after. What's the woman's name that killed herself right before that?
Kate Spade.
Yes, Kate Spade, yeah.
So I mean, it was like days apart. It was
Right.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
So you know,
Depression doesn't matter how
No.
old you are, how young
much
you
money,
are, how much
you know.
money you have, how successful you are. Just reach out, and that's what our community, Drinking Bros, is all about.
It's-
Like this community was started to build a community where people could reach out to other veterans and
Good.
people like that.
Yeah.
So
That's how Drinking
don't-
Bros got started.
don't
It-
do stupid bullshit.
No, it's a thing, you know. I mean, it's a palpable, living, breathing part of humanity is the depression, and everybody is affected by different things and in different ways, and I know it because of my community, which is the chef's community, but everybody is affected in different ways. And there's been such a stigma, especially with men, to talk. And so the more that it's discussed, the greater the stigma can be removed and the greater sources are. And so, yeah, so for me, it was Bourdain and it was very sad, but I'd had it personally with people within my own personal community. And all I did was show that, you know what, it doesn't matter how successful you are within your career, all the money, all the travel, all the things we all strive for, that does not mean that you're safe and you are not affected.
Sure.
So that's what we got out of it, or at least my friends that cook got out of it.
That's great.
Well, look, you're a fascinating individual. Thank you for being on the show. Where can everybody find you on social media?
So all of it is Dude Sweet Chocolate. So that would
Okay.
be, I'm not very good at Twitter.
Twitter's a hellhole anyways. It's
I don't really do it. I don't really do it.
I get it.
We have the Facebook page, which is Dude Sweet Chocolate, and we have the Instagram, and the Instagram is all me posting.
Okay.
So it could be bicycles, it could be dogs, and it's a lot of food. So it's everything that involves me
Like stocks
and what
and foods, yeah.
and what I do with my life and how I make stuff that I like.
Awesome.
That's
Listen,
it.
You were a fascinating person.
Yeah, it's great to have you on.
It's really cool to Dallas and meet such fucking interesting individuals all the way around from different walks of life. Like,
It's a
greatly
different-
appreciate you being on the show.
It's a different
amazing.
city than what people think, without
really
a doubt.
is. It really
I
is.
think Dallas is becoming what it always thought it was, finally.
Yeah. And look, we've enjoyed the last 4 days
it's been
here.
great.
It's been amazing. So, again, thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely. Totally.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate
Thank you.
Absolutely.